In 1938, Reatha Clark was born into a sharecropper family in a small, impoverished Georgia town. She was raised by a single mother with the help of her grandmother. At 4 years old, Reatha first took on the responsibility of leadership. Labeled by the teacher in the one-room school as one of the smart ones, Reatha helped other children. During her summer breaks from college, Reatha traveled to upstate New York where she worked as a maid. On her one day off each week, Reatha was able to fulfill her curiosity by exploring the big city. After Clark College, she pursued graduate education and received degrees in chemistry from the University of Chicago. She later received her MBA from Columbia University. In 1961, Reatha married Dr. N. Judge King. They have 2 sons, N. Judge III, a physician, and Scott, a mathematician and media production manager. Reatha Clark King's first job after graduate school was a research chemist at the National Bureau of Standards in Washington, D.C. She went on to work as a chemistry professor at York College in the City University of New York. In 1977, she was nominated to become president of Fairleigh New University by the Office for Women in Higher Education of the American Council in Education. She and her family moved to the Twin Cities, and for 11 years, Reatha served as president of Metropolitan State University. In 1988, Reatha became president and executive director and later board chair of the General Mills Foundation, a position she held until her retirement in 2003. Her passion for youth, especially through education and community work, made her tremendously qualified for these positions. Over the past 45 years, she has served on many corporate and nonprofit boards, including ExxonMobil Corporation, Minnesota Mutual Companies, and Wells Fargo Corporation. Through her work, she has traveled to many countries, often as a speaker for the U.S. Information Agency and for nonprofit organizations. She has received numerous community and national honors. Today, Reatha continues to be known for her ongoing support of education, community service, and civic and philanthropic work in the community.
I was wondering what was kind of your motivation in coming to talk to us?
Well, first of all, I get a thrill from talking with young people today and learning new things. And every time I talk with young people, I learn something new. And I'm particularly interested in knowing the way you think, because I go about the community thinking, helping to solve problems, I hope. I get many calls from people who are working on different issues. And I want to know the answers. And you know where I go to get the answers? I go to the citizens. And young people today certainly have some answers.
How are some of the ways that getting that sexism has changed over, or the stereotype of women has changed over your career?
The stereotype notion that women should grow up, look forward to getting a husband, getting married.
Yeah, and other types of sexism.
And making that a priority. Mm-hmm. If they thought getting an education would be a disadvantage to us in finding a husband, the community expected us to put finding a husband first. That was a stereotype in my early years, but I put getting an education a higher priority. So I was forced, and I forced myself to ignore those people who told me that I wouldn't find a husband if I got too many degrees. But the ability to ignore that kind of stereotypical, I would call it now taboo of the community, is difficult. But you need determination to do several things. Ignore the stereotypes about what women can't do and what they shouldn't do. You have to be driven to do certain things for certain reasons. I was driven because I thought I had a right to those privileges. The situation is different today. Young women have more choices. I would say encouraged, and they're encouraged to do things by society that we were not encouraged to do in my generation. Now, what are you choosing? What are you thinking about?
I'm pursuing a degree in international management.
Oh,
with
my.
minoring in French.
Wonderful.
Don't know what career I want to take yet, but I have this passion about traveling around the world and helping people, and especially my Latino community.
Yes.
I'm currently working at Neighborhood House, a nonprofit organization. I love working there because we help people from different ethnicities, and I just love helping people there, like people who don't speak English. English is my second language.
Yes.
I moved from Mexico when I was 11 years old. And I just love helping translate and finding new opportunities for other people. Helping.
Well, that's wonderful. You see, she has that international, I would say, integrated leadership aspiration already, crossing boundaries, even just thinking about other cultures. That's a wonderful thing to vision that you want to do it and how to do it.
Kind of in a way, I kind of simulate myself to you. I'm working full-time and going to school full-time, and sometimes I feel like just giving up. How did you, what did you do to keep going and not give up?
My ambition was to get an education so I can help my people and could, because I like the challenges of learning and using my full potential. And I was determined to combat hardship and turn obstacles into opportunities. And every opportunity put before me that would help me toward that goal of overcoming the burden and obstacles caused by discrimination, I grabbed it. A lot of opportunities that help me now were thrown in my path. I didn't realize that they would help me so much now, but I took advantage of them.
Now I'm involved in the theater department of my school.
Oh, yeah?
So it just seems well-rounded. Everyone there is dedicated to making a show. And I don't know, I just like my school because it's a lot of kids, even though it's a community college, it seems like it's more important than just being a community college, if that makes sense. But everyone's there for a goal, and that's what I like about it.
Community colleges, technical institutes are very special institutions for higher education, and it's one step toward a higher degree, but that associate degree and the learning you get at a community college both get you anchored, and they provide you a platform for advancing yourself to a higher degree. So I noticed that you said something that I'm going to caution against. You said, even though it is a community college, don't think of it as just a community college, because it is very special to you, your family, and it's special to the citizens of Minnesota, because it's an investment that we are proud to support. We know that it is a great resource for our economy, and it's especially important for helping you develop to your potential.
Oh, I go to a small school. We know everybody, we're good with the teachers, and like she said, it's like a big family. But when I get home, since my mom really ain't around, she lives in Duluth, I practically play mother to like my little brothers and my older ones at that too. But I stay home and I read a lot too, and probably about it, take care of my grandpa.
Oh, that's
and then
great.
do extracurricular activities as much as I could, stay out of trouble.
I bet your brothers, sisters look up to you. Don't you
Yeah.
find that they do?
Yeah, they expect a lot of me because of all the things I do.
Would you say they're demanding
Yeah.
of your attention?
Yes.
Okay, so you grew up learning responsibility, a certain kind of responsibility.
What were the hardships that you faced only at